Well, good morning. Good morning, everybody. We are so glad you guys have decided to join us. I'm sitting outside and I had a motorcycle going by, so I apologize for that. But welcome on, everybody. Again, we're so glad you guys are able to join us. It is April 27th. We are full gauge spring right now where we live. It's going to be in the 70s here today. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. My name is Scott Buckholz. I am your host. We also have Yas Hakan, our co-host today, and we have a great property tour in store for you guys today. We've had Daniel and his wife out before, but this is a new deal, a new property, so we're really excited to do this. And so, without further ado, let's bring out Daniel. Daniel, can you jump on? Just wait for Daniel to share his camera.
There we go. Can you hear me?
We can hear you and we can see thumbs up right now.
Oh, thumbs up, sir. Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Well, good morning, Daniel. We are so honored that you took out some time this morning. I know right after this, you guys actually have a live property tour on site right after this. So that's going to be really cool for you guys. But thank you. I want to thank the camera person, your wife. We appreciate her helping out as well. And so, Daniel, we have a lot of people on today that are going to be guests, folks that are kind of figuring out this whole real estate thing, or maybe they're checking our community out to see what we're all about and how they can plug in and get started with our community. So let's introduce you guys and tell a little bit about your backstory a little bit, and then kind of, why you decided to get in real estate investing. And then the big thing is always, what was it about the community that excited you guys? You're like, we want to be a part of this national community of investors. So go ahead, Daniel, take it from there.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. First, I want to say it's an honor to be here. When I started checking out these property tours, I was dreamed to be right here where I'm standing in front of everybody, showcasing one of our deals. So it's an honor to be here. I'm very grateful for everybody today. And yeah, just to get started on our story, I was born and raised in Mexico, and I lived there for 15 years. When I came here to the US, I was looking for opportunities like everybody else and looking for a better future. So I went to school. I started to dream of being in corporate America and get a really nice salary job, and one day have that corner office in a nice building downtown, wearing a suit and tie. Like, that was a dream, man. That was a dream. And soon realized that that dream is not something that was doable for me, because as an immigrant, I couldn't hold those positions. I started realizing that because I was an immigrant, people were telling me, hey, you should be looking for those jobs that pay cash, right? Keep it under the radar, go and clean some bathrooms, go into construction and do those type of jobs, which they're not bad. They're great to get started. They're great to build some cash. But I realized that I was limited by the type of opportunities that was given to me here in the US. So for me, it was epiphany where I started to realize, oh, I could open a business as an immigrant here. I can pay taxes with an LLC. I can get an IT number. I can start building my empire. I can go through a transaction. I can assign properties. I can find deals for people and get paid in the process, right? And so I started learning all that stuff, and I couldn't figure it out. I got stuck in learning from YouTube and from other people is very limited, right? You can just go as far. So looking for opportunities, I came across this community, and a really good investor introduced me to you guys, and I was in shock. I was learning so much. I was moving so fast, and in a very I was very secure about what I was doing, because I was very knowledgeable of what I was learning and what I was doing. And I was surrounded by great people that was helping me. I came across a really good deal one day and I was able to put it on the contract. I assigned it to a different investor, and in a week, I made $10,000 in a week. And I was just mind blown. I was like, why did nobody tell me to do this? I was people telling me to go and do this type of other jobs, and nobody tells you, oh, you should be an investor, right? And I realized, well, it's very complicated. There's a lot of pieces, and it can be very simple, but you need to learn a lot of things. So this community was able to it was the epicenter of everything, the knowledge, the community. You know, I could find lenders here. I can find agents. I can find all sorts of people to help me close this type of deals. So for me, it was like a no-brainer. It was like, I got to stick to it. So I decided to put my 100% in it. And this is where we are right now.
That is so awesome. I love hearing your story every time, Daniel. I mean, we have some folks on again today that may have never done a deal. And I can remember, I'm so glad you mentioned what you mentioned earlier. I remember first meeting you and you being online on these property tours, and you hadn't even done a deal yet. And now I see where you are today in such a short period of time, from not doing any deals, not ever doing real estate, to now what this transaction that you're doing, this deal. How many deals have you done before this deal?
I have done maybe 10 wholesale deals with people in the community and some with myself. I have worked maybe on 4 flips. I say maybe because I started also, working, hey, pay me some cash. I'll be your handyman, right? And I'll learn as we go. I want to learn this. So this is my first flip that I own. I worked on 4 before with other investors in this community. I have done the wholesale part of it, and raising capital, all that. I've done. Yeah, I would say maybe like 10 deals. 10 deals.
Yeah, that's amazing. That is so cool. I'm so proud of you guys. So
Thank you.
So you were able to take the education, you were able to take the community, and you were able to really get your bearings, get started in this business. And today you're sharing with us a flip. You're sharing with us something that you acquired. And I know you were talking a little bit about how you raised the capital and things like that. So tell us a little bit about how you found the deal. How did you come across it?
Yes, that's a good question. It was very simple for me. I came across on a website. It's called Investor Lift. And I encourage everybody to just go there daily, Investor Lift, and just like that, there's like thousands of websites that you can find deals where other investors post their deals right there, and to be able to assign them to you. So for me, it was like I was like, hey, I need to get things going. I went to all those websites. I probably went through maybe 20 to 30 deals before I was able to lock this one down. I saw it and I was just like, I analyzed it. It was very simple. I call the guy and say, hey, this is what I can do, but I will definitely want to look at it before I put my earnest money into it. And I came to look at it. I called the guy back right away and he said, yeah, you can deposit this money right now, sign the contract, you can have it, it's all yours. And he told me, hey, if you would have taken 30 minutes longer, there was another buyer for it. So I'm glad I moved fast.
There you go. Now, when you mentioned a minute ago for everybody on, you said you went through 20 or 30 deals. What you were referring to is you analyzed like 20 deals or so before this one.
Yes, I mean, in my life, I probably analyzed thousands of deals, but yes, when it came for me to start hunting for it, I analyzed 20 before this one. Yeah.
Absolutely. That is fantastic. So with that said, Daniel, so you were able to get this under contract. And when you put it under contract, what different exit strategies were you thinking about?
Yes. So there was it's a really great area for a rental. It's a very well situated where you have a lot of commercial buildings around. But my exit strategy for the first time was just to flip it, just because the numbers made sense. So flipping it was my first strategy. If anything went wrong, I would love to refinance this baby and just live here. It's a fantastic house.
So the plan right now, though, should, it's correct.
Can you come over here? It's cutting off a little bit. Sorry, I can't hear. It seems like we're having bad connection right here.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, that is. Does he say anything?
How about now?
Yes,
Yes.
we
That is
can
good.
hear you.
Okay, great. Fantastic. So your plan right now is to flip this, right, Daniel?
Yes, correct. And you know, if anything went wrong, I could always refinance and just live here.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and kind of pan around so people can see kind of where you're located as far as other houses?
Yeah. So let's see. So we have our dumpster right here, as you can see. We have in front of us, there seems to be some sort of like forest. We have another it's all single family houses here. So this property is in Anoka, Ramsey, here in Minnesota. It's in the suburbs. It's all single families. I'm gonna talk to the city about the street because that's a bunch of potholes right there, and yeah. And you can see, and then you go like a block that way, turn another block, and then you have a really good main street that takes you to downtown Anoka, and that's a really great area.
Awesome. What's a lot of growth there, a lot of trees. So that's an established subdivision, isn't it?
Yes, look at this house, man. It's huge. That's my
How many
wife
square
for
feet
scale.
is it? How many square feet is it?
I believe it's 3,500.
That's a big house. Absolutely.
This thing is
So
beautiful.
you
I
got
love
that,
it.
you got this house under contract, and you're going to talk about a little bit about the numbers toward the end. The question that, you know, a lot of people always seem to go to pretty quickly, and they, you know, when you talk to people about investing and you're doing a deal, first thing I always talk about is funding. How did you get it funded? How did you decide, you know, how did that all work out? So are you using some of your own money? Are you using a private lender? Are you using hard money? How are you doing this deal?
Yeah, there's a combination of both. We use our money for the purchase, and we use private lending for the closing. And I'm also partnering with another investor in this community that is a general contractor, and that will bring the funds to fix it up. And he knows he has experience on renovation and especially all the exterior. So he's gonna bring the funds. So for me, I just have to put the earnest money, and that's it.
And your knowledge.
Awesome.
And your knowledge.
When it comes to the money, yeah.
Yeah, the knowledge. I heard your wife say that. We may want to have you hold the camera. Let's get her on the camera. We can switch you guys. No, I'm just kidding you.
That's awesome.
You crack me up. So you use a combination of private lending, any hard money on this, or is it more just private lending
Yeah, the hard money for the purchase.
for the purchase? Okay, for acquisition, it's hard money, it's for earnest deposits, and private lending for the rehab.
Correct. It's a partner. It's a partner for the rehab.
Super. That's awesome. So do you want to kind of take us inside the property?
Yes. Come on, follow me. We have the entrance right here. So we already took some of the flooring out here in the main entrance, just because it was very old. You know, we want to make sure we keep it consistent throughout the house, and it was very different here in the main entrance. So we already had somebody take it out and put underlayments. So this is what you can see here. So as soon as you come in, you see the living room. You have a dining room over here on your right. If you turn here on your left, you have some sort of office space. Sorry, there's no light here, but you have this space here for an office. We contemplated making this a bedroom, but for us it didn't make sense because we would think a family would be more interested in having an office space if we're gonna flip this. If we were going to make this a midterm rental or some sort of short-term rental, we might want to maximize as much as we can the space and make this a bedroom. That could still be an option, but as of now, we want to make it for a family so we can flip it, just sell it to an end buyer. And I mean, they can do whatever they want with this, but we would think maybe somebody will want to make an office for sure here. I mean, the house has already 4 beds. This will make it a 5th. Or a 6th. I'll show you in the basement, we're gonna make a 5th bedroom. So the house is, what you see is basically how we haven't done a lot of renovation, just flooring. So you come in here and you have a kind of like a visitor bathroom that you can have. And then this is the master. This is the master bedroom. What it was weird to me is that the master bedroom had glass on it. Like you could see somebody sleeping there. I don't know what the deal is. How we doing with audio and video? Is it okay?
Yes, we're doing pretty good.
Perfect. Awesome. And so you have here also a master bathroom. And we have here a hot tub, a shower. It's a very nice, spacious bathroom with a closet even here, and some enclosed restroom.
Are you renovating that bathroom? What are you changing in the bathroom?
So we're just changing the flooring. We are contemplating on changing the shower, of course, the toilets. But I mean, this house is already it's already good. We don't want to make a lot of changes because even the comps use already the honey oak, like this color right here. All the comps in the area that have sold have this type of wood. So, I mean, it's not what I would choose, but if it sells in the area, that's what they teach us all the time in this community, or investors that are multimillionaires that have done thousands of deals. They told us it's not what you like, is what sells. So
right.
I take that advice.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. Knowing the market, knowing other comps, and knowing those price points, and then knowing what went into those price points. Did they use that honey oak wood? Did they use? So thank you for sharing that, because a lot of people online might go, I don't like that. That's old school. That oak, that's an old oak looking. But if that's what other houses are being sold for, and they're selling those finishes, that's making their value enough, right, to be able to compensate for it.
Correct. Yes. So we might do a pretty tour later when it's already rehab. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We have here our living room. As you can see, like look at how tall the ceilings are. That is huge. So this house was built in 1994, and that was one of the very attractors for me when it came to doing a flip. Just because I don't want to deal with a house that is 100 years old or just very old with asbestos, and I had to do remediation and things like that. You know, I was specifically looking for a house that it's this, you know, very, very like almost new construction, right? We were gonna make this look like a very new house, new construction. And then we're walking this way. We're not gonna go in the kitchen as much just because we're losing signal on that side. So maybe like stand here and kind of point over there. So as you can see, we have a kitchen on this side. Very honey oak
Honey Oak.
cabinets here. And I don't know if you see, there's a bulge in the ceiling right there. It's very ugly. I don't know why they did that. You can see like right there. It's some sort of like framed, area right there where they put the lights and it just makes the ceiling look smaller, the kitchen look smaller. We have a designer that told us to lower the countertop a little and then get rid of that right there. So that's the main thing we're gonna be doing with the kitchen. We're gonna paint the cabinets, we're gonna change the appliances, and that's about it. I mean, it's a new kitchen, you know, with the countertops, of course, but that's about it. So it's a very easy flip from my point of view. We can continue up here.
So Daniel, how many bedrooms and bathrooms is it?
So now it's four bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. So we turn right over here. We have another bedroom. So this is kind of like a bedroom, and then behind you, there's another one. And this one shares bathroom with this one. There's another bathroom right here, and it, you know, seems like it was like kids, you know, kind of like a family where you have 2 kids sharing the bathroom. We're gonna keep it like that. There's no point for us to switch anything here, which of course, no, we're not even gonna change this vanity. Like, this is good. We're probably gonna paint it, and we are gonna change the toilets. But other than that, the shower, you don't have to do anything structural, so that's very nice. Yeah, if somebody has questions, feel free to jump in. But you know, it's pretty straightforward. There's no plumbing issues, no electric issues. There's no termites. There's no, it's very easy. When I saw this, Scott, I was like, dude, I'll take it right now.
The property's in Minnesota. What town is it in?
It is in Anoka, Ramsey.
Anoka Ramsey?
Yeah, Anoka is this city, or I'm confused. I don't know if Anoka, Ramsey is the city. Ramsey is the city.
So when did you guys put this under contract? When did you acquire the property, Daniel?
I put it in the contract mid-March, and we closed March 29th.
So the end of March, 1st of April, what is your turnaround time? What are you looking at from a turnaround time?
So it's very interesting that you asked this, because I am not sure. There's 2 scenarios. There's a really nice component that I'm gonna talk about later, but it has to deal with insurance. There was a claim on hail damage, on window damage, and on siding damage. So we were able to have the seller assign the benefits of the claim, meaning we were gonna get the money from the insurance to be able to fix the roof, the siding, the windows. Man, that's a lot of money. So I was like, dude, let's get this going. When I put it on the contract, I didn't even contemplated that. My contemplation was Let's put it on the contract. Let's do this minor fixes, cosmetic, carpet, paint, vanity, whatever, and let's sell it in 3 months, right? Now that we're dealing with insurance and we're gonna get even more money, I'm like, oh, dude, let's take a little longer, since it's okay to take longer. We're gonna get some money for insurance. Let's finish the roof. Let's finish the siding. Let's finish the windows. And so that might take maybe 4 months to 5 months, but I would like to think it's 3 months. We're not gonna take that long.
Yeah, we'll need to come back to you like in July or so and look at the product as it's getting finished.
Yes, it's gonna be very exciting. And my contractor, who's a GC, this is why relationships are very important, because my contractor that it's in this community, he's an investor, he's a GC, he works in the exterior. He's like, Daniel, yeah, I'll partner up with you. I'll bring the money. I'll do the cosmetic work. He came in. He brought an inspector, and he's like, you have hail damage. Let's make the seller do a claim, and then we can get assigned it to us. So for me, I would never would have thought to make a claim from the insurance and get it assigned to me so I can get the benefits. For me, it was just like, let's do this. And so relationships are very important, because you never know what this other person will bring to the table other than just money. You want somebody that just brings more than the dollars. You want somebody that brings experience and the knowledge and to being able to do this type of paperwork, right? So for me, it was like, wow, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. In fact, we were already approved from the insurance to get a good amount of money to be able to fix the roof. So we're very excited.
Well, awesome. That's great that you were able to get that done. And so you acquired the property. What was the dollar amount? What did you end up acquiring the property at?
So we bought it for $340.
340.
And $340.
And what was your established ARV, your after repair value?
My after repair value, doing just the cosmetic updates, was going to be $490.
490. So that a 340 to 490, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And now, how did you establish, for everybody that's on today, and I know a lot of people already know this, but there'll be folks that do not. And I will get to that hard money question in a second. Somebody asked about what is hard money. And so how did you establish the ARV, the after repair value?
So for the after repair value, there's 3 things I do. I run it myself, right? I look at different comparables. So I look at houses, let's say the one across the road, maybe another one a couple blocks away, that are very similar to this. We call it comparables. And I'm like, okay, so this one sold for that much, this one sold for this much. I take the square footage, I do an average, right? And then I see, okay, this house is gonna sell for that much. And I use also an investor operating system that we have in this community. And that definitely helped me first lock it in. And then second of all, so that's like the very first thing you do, right? Because you don't have an agent right next to you every single time you look at a deal and be like, oh, dude, do a CMA for me, or do a comparable analysis for me. You have to do it yourself the very first time, like, oh, and then you realize it's a good deal. Now you put it on the contract. And then now after you put it on the contract, then you send it to your agent, hey, or maybe even before you put it on the contract, you can, but you have to act fast. So it depends. I also tell an agent, hey, do the same thing. Look at comparables, do a CMA, a comparable market analysis for me. And, I don't show them what I have. I want them to have as independent work as much as they can. And so I do that with 2 different agents and 2 different, and, I make sure they're investors as well.
Excellent. So you've got a spread there of 150 roughly And what are you guys looking at as far as putting into it for the renovation at this time?
So at this time, just for the cosmetics is I like to think it's 35K, but we might even come a little lower because we have really great contractors that are their mindset of our contractors is I can do very inexpensive labor and very good quality because I know how they work. Very inexpensive because I know that you're gonna have more projects like these and we want to be the ones doing them. So we're gonna start doing very inexpensive work for you, and so $35,000 just for cosmetics, and I like to put a $10,000 contingency, so a $10,000 spread on that. So 45.
So 45,000, okay. And then you've got your closing costs and things like that. You got holding costs involved. Holding costs could be depending on how you come up with your numbers, but holding costs, if you had some interest that you had to pay on that money while you were doing this deal until you closed on it, that could be your holding costs. You could have your utilities, your insurance, because you got to insure the house from the very beginning. You don't want to try to rehab a house and it's not insured. You got it. There's several expenses that you have there. And so when you put those numbers together, what are you looking at as far as a potential profit on the property?
So yeah, so I have a potential property profit of. So actually, it would be even better if I show you, if I screen share my numbers.
Absolutely.
And the type of analysis that we do. I feel like that's is very nice when people see the analysis like that.
So while you're turning that on, let me answer the question about somebody had asked earlier about hard money. So that is a terminology used for when you find funding from like a third party company that's going to typically charge you a little bit higher interest and some points. And hard money, depending on who you use for hard money, some of them might not require experience, but they adjust their rates for that. Some, if you have experience, if you've done a lot of deals, potentially that hard money interest rate could be even lower and the points could be lower. And every hard money company is different. Okay, so some of them have you make interest payments during the time of rehab, some do not. And it's really about, because Daniel, you've been so awesome about mentioning relationships in this. And it's about building relationships with hard money lenders. And there's if I said there's 1,000 of them, there's more than that out there. And that's one of the cool things in this community. If somebody, I've had people that I know that whether they live in Virginia or they live in Seattle, Washington, or California, they're a part of this community. They may shoot me a message or text and say, "Hey, Scott, have you ever worked with this hard money lender? Or do you know anything about this hard money lender?" And obviously I can say no, or I can say, I haven't, but I do know somebody else that I think has. Reach out to them so you can kind of vet them and all that. But you got to do your own groundwork. You got to do your own homework and that type of thing. So, so there's your nice spreadsheet, Daniel.
Yeah. So maybe I can highlight some of the things that are happening here. So yeah, since you're talking about hard money, this right here shows or hard money costs. So they asked me for 2 points. So in order for me to take out this loan, we have to pay around $7,000 to get to that, to be able to just produce the loan. And then there's a 13% interest rate that is very short term. It's meant to be a really fast loan, and it's gonna cost us a total of $11,000 just to be able to to have it for 3 months. And this is for 3 months, as you can see up here. It's just estimated for 3 months. And there's a monthly payment of $3,700 that we calculate and we make sure that we pay it. So we also have a very we have a very small loan of about I don't know, $14,000. That's gonna cost us maybe $1,000 into there. But you know, for our biggest expenses, total financing cost will be $18,000, and that's a lot. That's a lot of money, right? So at some point, you know, you move from Harmony Lender to start looking to more private money. So it's a little bit, it's less expensive, and so you got to make sure that you take care of that. Let's see what else we have here, and then like you said, we have our expenses, or property taxes, let's see, insurance costs, utilities, all that is there. So it's gonna cost us around $1,200 a month. Then we have our closing costs, about $8,000 to be able to just buy it, right? And you know, that's pretty accurate. I did this before I even bought it, so and that was pretty accurate. I'm looking to pay my agent for 4%, but he's very happy because he used to charge 6, but he used to pay for like the staging, he paid for the photos, he paid for the marketing costs. And I told him, no, I'll pay you 4. You keep the 4 for sure, so you know what you're getting, and I'll pay for the staging, I'll pay for the photos, I'll pay for the marketing costs and anything that's needed. So for him, it was a pretty good deal to get 4. Plus, agents are so happy to work with investors and getting 4 because we produce more and than just a regular home buyer. So they're happy to get much if we can get them to the next deal. So we have an estimated profit of $46,000 right there. And that is what happened here.
No, we can still hear you. You've got there you go.
There we go.
So what
So
you're showing us
46,000.
here, Daniel, is after acquisition, after renovation costs, after money costs, after holding costs, and after selling costs, because everything can fit into there, right? So after all those costs, you're looking at a potential profit of 46.8. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's fantastic. That is awesome.
Yes, and that's not even it. I have another scenario. So I told you, if we just do the cosmetic work, we're gonna get the 46,000, just cosmetic work, and we leave the roof as is, the windows as is, the siding as is. But I told you we have we have an insurance claim where we're gonna be the beneficiary of the check. So we're gonna get basically a roof for free. We're gonna get our siding for free. We might pay maybe $10,000 just to supplement. Point I'm thinking we're gonna give even more money. So base case scenario, everything goes well with insurance. We get the money. We get the roof covered. We get the windows covered. We get everything covered, and we get this much, my friend. We ended up selling the house. It's gonna end up selling for more. It's gonna end up selling for $550 if we do the roof.
I see. So if things play out and you have a potential going all the way up to making 6 digits on this, 100,000.
Yes. Does it look better like this for people that are in their
Yes.
computers?
Yeah, that looks great. Thank you.
Yes.
So that's awesome, Daniel. One thing I'd like to mention right now, because again, we have a lot of folks on that are new, that are kind of checking this property tour out, checking our community out, trying to figure out where to start, how to get started, want to learn more about things, about, like Daniel's referred to, the knowledge. He's talked about the training, the community, things like that. Right after today, at the top of the hour, like it starts at 5 after the top of the hour. It's on a different link. Get back to invited you. Whoever sent you this, got you out, wanted to share this with you. Get back to them if you'd like to join that. And they'll be able to discuss a lot more in detail of things. So that is right after this. It's kind of an overview of our community. So Daniel, again, this sounds like to me what a lot of people refer to as like a lipstick project. Would that be fair to say that?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's really great how you broke down the numbers. I love, and I know that's what we learn, and we have a great operating software that's called Investor Operating Software. We refer to it as the iOS, and that is only available to folks who are in our community. And it does have cost calculators. It's got, I think it's directly tied into Home Depot, so you can put different things in. It can give you some costs, average costs. It even goes down to the point of, how much does it cost to put a new roof on a so many square foot house in, Cincinnati, Ohio, and it'll give you an average cost of what a roof costs to put on. So it's a pretty good operating system. So somebody asked how you use the calculator, and so that's a great tool that we have at our fingertips. Daniel, it's been a fantastic property tour. I think I've been able to answer all the questions. How much does the investor receive? So, like, if you make that 100,000, if it really comes out to that fruition, let's go to the other one. Let's be real conservative. Let's say you only make that 46 or 48,000, which is a lot of money. I mean, a lot of people don't make that much money in a year. You know what I'm saying? So 46 or 48,000, what will that be for you? How much do you share with the investor that's in our community that's helping you from the general contracting standpoint?
Yeah, we're sharing 50-50.
Okay. So you and your wife will make potentially 23, 24, and then the other partner who's the general contractor who is also in our community, is his initials KM by any chance?
Is it a what? Sorry.
Is his initials KM by any chance? That's okay. That's okay.
The initial.
So, yeah, so you guys will actually split that. And so that's really nice, Daniel. That's really a good return.
Yes, it is a great return. And what was important to us as well is that we're not gonna put our work. For my wife, it was very important that we wouldn't get on our hands and knees and start ripping up carpet and and painting trim and get dirty. So that is knowing that I have a full-time job still, and I'm just visiting the property on the weekends to make sure that the house is still here.
Now, when you put this under contract, you actually gave an earnest deposit that went to the title company. Is that correct?
Correct.
That's right. And they hold that money. Somebody asked about an escrow officer or something like that. So you have a title company which would hold that earnest deposit.
Correct.
Fantastic. Well, Daniel, again, you and your wife have done a fantastic property tour. Jennifer Lloyd says that's the fun part, getting on your hands and knees and doing some of the work. Hi, Jennifer. It's good to see you on.
Trust me, Jennifer. I've done it before, but I just didn't want to do it this time.
I understand. I'm with you. So, well, guys, again, great job. We'd love to have you back toward the end of the project. Keep me updated if you would, so we can get you on the calendar and we can come back and look at the finished product.
Oh, thank you so much, man. Again, it was an honor. I invite everybody to go to the next meeting and to the next one and start meeting all the investors in this community, because it has changed my life. It has changed my relationships. It has changed the way I see real estate. It has changed even the way I look, the way I nourish myself, mindset, body. So it's fantastic. I can tell you how much I love this community, and I appreciate you, Scott and Yas, and all the community members that make this possible.
Well, I'm so proud of you and your wife. You guys have I just can't wait to see what the next couple of years brings. And I know, look at those beautiful smiles. Do you mind telling everybody on the phone? Do you mind telling everybody on the phone how old you guys are?
I'm 27 and you're 26. Yes.
27 and 26. And before you met this community, you were not doing real estate deals, and now you're doing real estate deals. And would it be fair to say that your life's completely changed?
Yes. 100%.
That is awesome.
She's
So that is-
she's saying we started when we were 19 and we couldn't look back.
There you go. Well, guys, if you're on today and you want to learn more about our community and about the education and about how you get started, or maybe you've done a deal or you've got a rental property or a couple and you want to take your game to the next level and you want to scale your business in 2024, I mean, connecting with our community is a smart thing. We are a national community, and I'm right here in Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky. They're up in Minnesota, and today we've got people on from all over the country, including Alaska and Canada today. So, guys, have a great weekend. We will see you on the next one. Now, I will say next Saturday, we are not going to be on live for a property tour because we've got a special event going on from a training perspective. And if you want to be on that, get back with who invited you and they can actually get you on that next Saturday. But then we'll be back the very next Saturday, and we'll be coming to you guys from another city, another state, and another deal. So you guys take care.
Thank you, Scott.
Have a great day.